Morning, this is Chef Inspire. I'm here today to talk to you about playing a new game. Playing a new game. Did you know that our society has been set up with games and systems that are subliminally keeping people controlled? Now, these games are not outwardly saying that we want you to be under control, but they're saying it in a way that's so subtle that a lot of us don't even understand. Let's take the game chess, for instance. The game chess is, the whole purpose of the game is to protect the king and queen. And using the pawns to protect the king and queen. But the pawns have no power. Why don't the queen and the king protect the pawns? That's the way I think the game should be played. They have the power. The queen can jump all over the board. The king can jump any way he wants. But the pawn can only take one step at a time. The game is set up for the pawns to lose. They're expendable. And guess who the pawns are? Another game. Take checkers. Now, checkers is set up this way, where you have two opposite colors battling. All right, two opposite colors. Subliminally, that is divide. It is saying one color is against another color. And in our minds, we get that message. The black against the red. The black against the white. The Latino against the American. The Muslim against the Israelite. We actually adopt these behaviors by playing these games. Subliminally, it's giving us messages that tells us that we are divided. And we become divided. I think it's time for a new game. A game where we set the rules. A game where we are in control. You and me are in control of our own lives. Instead of being manipulated and held captive subliminally by the games and by the TV shows, by the information that is being shown over the media, that by the things that are happening all around us. The new slavery is debt. And society is set up in such a way that you can't live without it. You can't live without debt. It's time for a new game. It's time for a game where it's not about competition, because that's the old game. The old game is about competition, dividing people and putting them against each other. The survival of the fittest. This is the game that we have been taught for centuries, and we've been following the principles of this game, but it does not work. It does not work. You always have a loser. It's time for a win-win game. A new game. And here's the rules. There are 4 rules. Rule number 1, we are all one. We are not divided. We are one. We are one, human beings on planet Earth. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter your religion, it does not matter. We are all one. Rule number 2, I don't win unless you win too. I don't win unless you win. I am my brother's keeper. If I succeed, I must help someone else to succeed. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, Check this one out. We must work together. Unity is the key. When we become united on any cause, we will all win. We will all win. And the fourth rule, rule number 4, if you and I become the best that we can possibly be, the best us that we can possibly be, that means work on ourselves, everybody around us prospers. Everybody around us receives the benefit of us being the best us that we can possibly be. It's a new game. This is a win-win game. We don't have to fall prey to the subliminal behavior that we have been practicing for centuries, that we've passed down to our children, that we've taught them that we cannot even have. I mean, because debt is the new slavery, we need to teach our children how to practice delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. You don't get it until you earn it. You don't get it till you can pay for it. Not taking the credit cards and buying that stuff just because they're whining, because they say they're bored. My 3-year-old grandson said, Pop, I'm bored. He bored? He's bored. Okay, get a toy and play with it. You know what I mean? You bored. You tired of all those toys. You got 100 toys in that toy box over there. You tired of those toys. We are teaching them what society wants us to teach them. That we must acquire more things. And we must get them at any cost. That we are to protect the king and queen at all costs, even at the cost of our own lives. We must go to war and kill and be killed because these two people do not agree. Not because nobody is throwing any punches, just because they don't agree. We must go to war. That's the old game. The new game. We make up the rules. We make up the rules. We decide who we want to be in our lives. We decide what we want to have in our lives. And we decide what we want to accomplish in our own lives. We must stop letting other people, outside stimulus, dictate to us who we are. We are powerful. We are powerful beings with a powerful purpose. And we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten why we were here. And we have forgotten who has given us the power and authority to do the things that we're supposed to be doing. We need to awaken. We need to awaken. We need to awaken the sleeping giants in each and every one of us. The sleeping giants that are laying dormant. The power, the authority that has been given to us. We must awaken that so that we could become. There are thousands of people waiting for you to become fully you. There is a word, there is a book, there is something inside of you that is just lying dormant, waiting to come forth. And there's thousands of people that will be benefit, that will get the benefit if you bring it forth. Only you can tell your story. Only you can reach certain people. Only you have the power and the authority to govern and control your own life. Not only your life, but your children's life and your children's children's life. We must teach children principles now. Principles are things that do not change. We cannot be swept away by society's games of control. Society's games of competition. We must play games that are games of creation, which we were created to do. We were created to be creators. We were created to have domination, dominion. And we were created to be subduers of our surroundings. But we have been subdued. This is Chef Inspire. Awaken. This is the new game. Awaken. Stop looking outside for answers. Stop looking to the TV, to the media, to all of these outside sources for answers. The answers have been already placed inside of each and every one of us. We have the answers. We must stop looking outside for them. We must start to look within. Within is where you will find all the answers to every problem that you have. It's a still small voice that will speak to you and will give you direction. But you must seek that. You must seek that. The voice is not going to seek you. You must seek. You must ask. You must seek. You must knock. And when you do, the door will be open. The door will be open to your prosperity. The door will be open to your divine life, to your purpose. New game, awaken. And how do we play this game? Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and listen. Not to all that outward noise, not to all the stuff that they're showing us. Cable with 3,000 channels. Come on. We got to take our mind off of things that make us weak and start to put our minds on things that make us powerful. You are powerful. You are great. There's nothing you cannot do. Play the new game. Here's the 4 rules again. Rule number 1, we are one. Rule number 2, I don't win unless you win. Rule number 3, when we unite to make our lives better, we all win. Rule number 4, when I become the best me and you become the best you that you can possibly be, everybody around us prospers. This is the new game. You get it? You got it? I hope so. If so, your life will be good. God bless.